People think of it as the commodity that comes out of the ground, but gold for 5,000 years has been a perfect store of value, right? 1 ounce has bought a fine man's suit, like the one you're wearing today, for 5,000 years, from Egyptian times to the Revolutionary War to today, Savile Row, $1,500 for a nice man's suit. So Bitcoin is just the digital form of that. And so in these early days, when people think of it as a commodity, and people think of it as a scarce asset, it's going to have more volatility. But over time, we'll see that it becomes digital money.
And part of Bitcoin is that, listen, a lot of people know it, a lot of people don't, so I'm just going to kind of speak level, is that there's about 21 million that will ultimately exist.
Right.
I think about 18.5 or just under 19 million have currently been mined or found, or whatever parlance you want to use. Right. What happens when all 21 million are mined? Does it become like the art market in a way, in some respects, Mark? If there's no more that you can do and mine, does it then become like a Porsche or a Bordeaux? You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah. Oh, look, you bring up a really important point. The best performing asset over the last decade is not stocks. It's actually not even Bitcoin, which Bitcoin outperformed stocks dramatically over 10 years. It's actually collectible Porsches, right? Because there's only 3 guys in the world that buy them: Jerry Seinfeld, Jay Leno, and this guy John Shirley, but ex-Microsoft. And so when there's limited supply, right, you can't make more vintage Porsches, and rising demand, prices rise. So the price will continue to rise for Bitcoin forever. Now, what will happen over time is we'll split into units of measure called Satoshis, 8 decimal places. We have 100 billion Satoshis. And so if you think about any scarce asset, this has to do with what's called the stock to flow ratio, the new flow of an asset relative to its stock. Look at the dollar, the US dollar. We have massive new flow compared to the stock, so it's depreciating, it's devaluing, and it's only going to get worse. If you look at gold or silver, not a lot of new flow to stock. Bitcoin actually is the scarcest asset in the world based on that stock to flow measure.